Construction News Tracker is presented by Caterpillar and produced by 4constructionpros.com. $95 billion and counting is the latest estimate of cost to the world's insurance industry from hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria, and two earthquakes in Mexico. That from Swiss Re, one of the world's largest reinsurers. And the number does not include the losses in recent wildfires that scarred Northern California, now estimated at another billion. While the fires destroyed some 6,000 structures, they spared massive vineyards. But the resultant smoke taint to grapes, though, is seen as likely to destroy the crop. The Weather Channel reports $16 billion disasters have occurred in 2017. All told, they've created havoc with the nation's construction sector, and the statistics are beginning to show. The Producer Price Index for September increased 0.4% from August and 2.6% year over year, according to AGC. The PPI for final demand construction, not seasonably adjusted, rose 0.1% from the month and 3.4% for the year. The latest report on construction job openings totaled 247,000 as of October 11th. Openings rose for the seventh year in a row to their highest in 17 years at 391,000. More jobs would have been filled if the workers were available as contractors continue searching for skilled employees. The value of non-residential construction starts leapt 43% year over year through September, spurred by 3 mega projects underway. Caterpillar is on a financial rebound. Construction equipment revenue jumped in the third quarter, with its stock gaining 5.7%, or $7.44 to $139.12 per share, a 50% gain for the year. CAT reports the increase due to heavy equipment demand and a stronger Chinese market. CAT has become one of the biggest winners on the 30-company Dow average this year. Dodge Data reports the value of construction starts surged 14% from August to a seasonably adjusted rate of $814.8 billion in September, driven by the non-residential sector, which spiked 37% month over month. As a result, the Dodge Index rose to its highest level for 2017 at 172, up from 151 in August. Construction materials prices are up 0.8% from August to September, but year for year are up 4.5%, 3 times the rate of inflation, according to Associated Builders and Contractors. Non-ferrous wire and cable prices rose 3%, the biggest gain of all 11 construction materials categories, while crude petroleum was up 13.9%. The biggest year over year. Softwood lumber costs were down 0.9%. ABC chief economist Anna Van Bassal says construction activity has contributed to higher materials costs as well as post-hurricane recovery, while global economic growth is expected to put continued pressure on material prices going forward. The Texas Department of Transportation has removed more than 10 million cubic yards of debris, the equivalent of 186 football fields from Texas roads since landfall August 25th. The area covers from Corpus Christi to Houston and numerous towns in between that make up the 4 Texas DOT districts most heavily impacted by Hurricane Harvey. Conflicting gas tax news, it's not going to happen. That's what GOP congressman said about a national increase in the highway gas tax. Sam Graves, a Missouri Republican who chairs the House Transportation and Infrastructure Subcommittee on Highways and Transit, Graves recently stated there will be no hike in the federal gas tax under a Republican administration. However, National Economic Council advisor Gary Cohen says a gas tax hike of 7 cents per gallon may be needed to pay for much-needed infrastructure improvements. Legislation is anticipated to follow that on tax reform. The construction industry in New York City is opposed to a new measure that has recently been adopted that requires worker training for all construction jobs in that city. A 10-hour OSHA-approved safety course or its equivalent will be mandatory by March of next year. If the NYC Department of Buildings rules not enough centers can meet demand, the deadline would be moved to December of 2020. California's gas tax has just increased by 12 cents per gallon effective November 1st. It's all part of the $54 billion Fix It First transportation improvement package adopted by lawmakers earlier this year. As for truckers, diesel fuel taxes are jumping 20 cents per gallon. For opponents, the proof will be in the repairs to 500 bridges and thousands of miles of pavement. Voters in West Virginia has approved legislation to raise their state's gas tax to pay for bond funding of a $2.8 billion infrastructure program. West Virginia is spending $260 million on federal GAR-V bonds to pay for 13 interstate reconstruction projects and 18 bridge replacements statewide. The state will then sell $500 million in bonds next spring. West Virginia DOT Secretary Tom Smith says the action permits spending upwards of $2.6 billion to support much-needed road work. In closing, I know the voices in my head aren't real, but sometimes their ideas are just absolutely awesome. This is Construction News Tracker, looking over the industry that makes the world a better place, presented by Caterpillar and produced by 4Construction Pros. Follow us on social media at Twitter using hashtag Construction News, YouTube at 4Construction Pros, and on Facebook at /4Construction Pros, as the streaming web never ends.